Okay, day one's complete. It was a pretty full beach there. I left maybe about 15 minutes later than I wanted to. 6:30 departure. There's two people in front of me that left before me, and a whole bunch of people behind me, which is the purpose, right? Is to make sure, since I'm so low, that I leave early, so there's lots of people behind me in case I get stuck somewhere. Maybe I have to wait half an hour for somebody to come along. See those little prints? Huh. Mileage wise, it's a very short day, but a very difficult day apparently, so we'll see. I have planned to stay at camper tonight, but there is some poor weather coming in. I'm debating if I should hightail it a little. We'll see. You can see the two people over there. I'm already sweating and it's like barely sunrise, but it's pretty rough. It's tricky because the tide's coming out, so the rocks are slick. So I've been trying to stay as high as possible on the shore so that the rocks have dried out the most. But see, it's like all these boulders that you're climbing over and trees you're climbing under. So this is the scramble in here. Just try and figure out how to get to where I can as the tide's receding. So of course I can't walk around there yet because the tide's not out yet. There's still water there. So I kind of have to pick my route accordingly. This is what we're working with now. Oof. Okay, I think we're shooting to go up and around that bend. That little, I don't know, pineapple rock. Doesn't it kind of look like a pineapple? Anyways, yep, that's up and around somehow. So good or bad, I did leave the earliest they said to leave, and what the ranger had recommended me to leave, like within, I don't know, oh, what is that? Oh, a little crab. Within 15 minutes later than she said. And I think I'm almost hiking almost at a pace that's too fast, honestly, because there's certain spots where it's hard to get through because the water is still there. So the tide hasn't gone out enough. So there's that. We'll see once we get down further too if that becomes problematic. Good news is then I'm there and then I just wait for the tide to go out. So I'd rather have that problem than rushing to get somewhere while the tide's coming in. You just gotta strategically pick where you're putting your feet there. Check the rocks, make sure they're not gonna roll on you. The logs want to roll. Those logs up there. So just tried to be super careful. These are no joke. Some of them are like the size of a car in here. There's just a tiny stretch of this and then we go back into it. Oh, but it's incredible to walk on sand and to not have to be so mindful of where I'm stepping, even if it is just for 2 minutes. We made it. Ooh. You see those bigger prints? Is that cougar? Not sure what that is. It's not defined. Oh no, there's 2 sets of them. 3 sets. Interesting. Whatever that is came through here in the last hour and a half because tide was up before that. All right, passing Pineapple Rock. Okay, looking pretty disheveled. It's hot. It's really hot today already, but it's I've been hiking now for 2 hours, so let's see how this goes. I see a human down there, way down there. So that's someone that came from the other camp, probably from Camper, the next camp, the other direction, coming this way. This is why the tides are absolutely critical in here, eh? Look at that. This is low tide, guys. So when the tide comes in, this is entirely covered up in water, and there's nowhere to go. You can't go, you can't scale that. Here's one of the surge channels. Hoping to find a way across all of them, but it sounds like some of them they're not big, but you gotta somehow jump across. But could you imagine when the water comes up, high tide, tide comes in, floods in here, crashes in. I believe out there that boat is parts Canada. I guess without fail, there's always people that get stuck, so they have to come on shore and rescue people before the tide comes up. So I don't want to be that person. It was about 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes for me to get there. I got a couple more hours to hike, but I'm gonna refill my water while I have shade, put on some sunscreen because it's been pretty hot today, really hot actually. And then, yeah, get back on the trail. Oh boy. Another surge channel. Luckily this one has just these rocks at the one end of it, so easy enough. Another surge channel. Luckily there's rocks and it's narrow all in the back. Another surge channel. But luckily that rock, these rocks, all perfectly placed. This section feels like we're on another planet. Mars, maybe? Okay, and I think this big guy is the one marked with the buoys up there. And we go into the woods to go around this one. Fun little trail. Just takes you up and over the surge channel and back onto the rock, I guess. Cool. I almost fell. There's a snake in there. Oh boy. Oh, he's up there now. Oh boy. I almost died. You know that? I almost cracked my head open on the rock because of you. Don't be coming back this way, bro. Okay, this one's a little tricky. I think that this rock here is probably slicker than snot. So that's not a good one. I think I gotta go up, come down, cross the log, and then somehow come down. Not gonna lie, this part's a little sketchy. So I came across, but that is not a good way down. That's way too far and too slippery. So I think I gotta go down here. It's just that's a ways. And then scramble across and back up. That was a little tricky because that is so slick in there. The other option would have been come down here, but you can't see from the top what's exactly down there. And that's slick too. That seems worse. But I'm pretty sure that the rescue crew was watching me do that because they moved their boat. And I'm sure because there's such a huge line of sight out here, I'm sure they could tell I'm solo. And so they probably keep an eye and make sure people pop back up. We did it. Oh boy. Okay. That's a no-go up there. Oh boy. So that's not as far, 3 feet, but unless I can chuck my pack up there maybe. Okay, that's not super slippery, but a little bit. As a human going across, I can get across. It's just, once I put this behemoth on, it changes everything. I did throw one of my trekking poles there. That one doesn't want to break down. The little button's broken. And I don't think trekking poles will be helpful here. So I chucked that one there, broke down the other one. Tried to secure everything on the pack. That was the first time on the trail I've doubted my life decisions. So I believe that's the rescue boat. And they'll deploy that Zodiac. That way they can get ashore. Okay, and that should be the B trail up there where those buoys are marking. Figure out how to get up there and get that trail. We go inland for a bit. That's our marker. So the trail should be up this way. Welcome back to the forest. Boy. So you go through pristine sections of boardwalk and then others aren't. It hasn't even rained in days. I can't imagine when it rains recently, because that's deep. There's a big log crossing. Wow, this is a big tree. It must have just like right where it fell. Because how would you move this thing? I did think it was odd we hadn't seen a ladder all day. Little ones. Whoa. That one is missing most of the rungs. Oh boy. That's a problem. Okay. I'm guessing I just gotta chuck my pack up there and then hoist myself up there. Oh, it worked. It's very humid because it's hot today and it's very damp in here, so it's super humid. Get my poles. That's a long way down, people. What is that? 1, 2, 3. Missing 3 rungs of the ladder. I hear water. I need at least to get drinking water. That felt great. Splashed water all over my face. Now we begin the hike to Camper, which I think isn't super far. Of course, time-wise, it always just, what is that, dirt? I just washed myself. This trail really is half trail, half obstacle course. And I do believe these series of ladders take us down to camper camp. I'm gonna make sure I scrape the mud off my shoes a little so it's not slippery. Just like that, I find myself at the bottom. I gotta look at the map once I get to camper and then decide. I think I'm gonna shorten up my schedule a little, take a day or 2 out, because at the end of the week, there's a good chance of rain. I'd rather not hike that much in the rain. Okay, I just came down like 3 big ladders over there. And now we have this one. This one's a little nerve-wracking because it's cattywampus in the middle there. We're gonna hope that's okay. Fun. My first cable car sighting. I don't know that I'm gonna do this one though. It's very much walkable across. There is one cable car crossing you have to do. And I think I'm gonna reserve my energy. Gotta avoid somebody I do every single cable car crossing. So fun. You pull yourself for one of the ropes, takes you back and forth. It's a long one. Okay, to the top. 2 kilometers out from camp, we're gonna hit a very muddy section. So we'll see how that pans out for us. Kilometers doesn't sound like much, but it'll probably take a while. Starting in on Mudville. Not sure what's going on here. There's like a ladder and a log bridge. Okay, so it begins. Kilometer 60. That's where people say the mud will start for me. Oh boy. I'm pretty tired, but I feel obligated to check this spur out. Oh, that's pretty. Wow. Beautiful. I really gotta be careful here because I sat down and it's pretty comfortable. Might not want to get up again. Hasn't rained in days, but it's still a mud pit. No joke in here, people, no joke. So there's your boardwalk. And good luck. Oh boy. Okay, I made it. Still looking pretty clean so far. 4 p.m. That took forever. I just want to get through this mud first, and then I'll take a break. We're at the top of the start of the ladders. I guess there's 9 ladders. Pretty beat right now, so. Everybody else was like caked up their gaiters. They had the tall gaiters and they were muddy all the way up their legs, so. I think I'll take that as a win. Okay, we got at least 3 sets right here. This set, that set, and then I can see a deck after that, so there's another set. That was a long one. And this one's pretty long too. I feel like this might be the set of ladders I saw bears climbing. I will say the positive part is there's a decent slope to this one anyway. It's a little easier to climb down. 2 done. Oh boy, this is another very long one. 3rd one down. Those are pretty alright spots to take a break. I actually went in the water, rinsed off, and this bridge is shaky. That is sketchy. Made dinner even. I see crazy ladders over there. Pretty much same ones that we just came down on the other side, so. Okay, all the way up to the top. It's a really long ladder all in one go. That was a lot of laddering, guys. Whew. Kilometer 58. That's where the camp is. So hopefully a couple more broken boardwalks, muddy bogs, and a ladder down to camp. Okay, we've got a whole bunch more ladders here and over there that hopefully descend to the camp. I'm realizing this section has a lot of ladders. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can see at least a 5th one there. I was way off. 3 there, 4 here, 5 here, 6 there, and at least 7 there. This is a good stretch here, which probably means tomorrow to get up and out of there, it's gonna probably be 7 ladders on the way out. That one was long. I honestly lost track. I think this might be ladder number 9. Oh, that one's long too. Give my feet a little break. This part, it would be nice to have boots. You can feel everything through these shoes when you're stepping on the rungs. I think I read that this creek down by the end, not as good as the flow up here. I might just grab a little bit more water. And it does look like there's rocks down there by the cable car, so I should be able to just use poles, trekking poles, and get across.